Boom. They can see us. They can hear us. Actually, technically on our old night. Yeah. This is accidentally fitting, which is why I kind of pushed it to Thursday. Wait. Is the audio fucked up? Oh, give me 1 second, Brian. It has decided to not listen to you. This is not my fault. It's because OBS updated. I know you can blame me, but this guy, no one can hear you screaming at me. Now they can hear you screaming at me.
Well, hello, sorry. Hello, now we're here for, as we were saying, on our old stream night, which is weirdly fitting, even at the same time of 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we used to play about 7 o'clock. It's so fitting.
Mm-hmm. But we're here for a midweek announcement, just to keep everybody up to date on the future of our channel here at Nat Disaster. Those of you who do follow us,
there's 3 people viewing now, so apparently people pay attention.
With our regular streaming game on Sundays that we had, you would notice that we didn't play this past week. Current phone, stop buzzing. Currently, Nat Disaster is going to take a little bit of a hiatus from our game. I hope it's not a disappointment to anybody, but
we left in the worst cliffhanger with 3 cliffhangers, Brian.
Yeah, there's a lot of things with mental health a lot of us are trying to go through right now. There's a lot of changes going on in a lot of our lives, including one of us having a kid.
Yeah.
That we should probably be spending more
like,
time with.
All of us are kind of pushing ourselves to our limits. You know how some people the joke is burn a candle at both ends? We burn the candle at both ends, the center, a couple other spots, and be like, yeah, it'll be fine. And admittedly, I think we're all beginning to feel it.
Yeah, it's especially, I'll be open, especially with me as the DM, I've very much been feeling the burnout of keeping up with this every regular week. So it's just basically we're working on our time management to figure out what we want, how we're gonna make everything work going forward in the future. And this doesn't mean we're gonna be stopping with content. There will be disaster casts every once in a while.
Every other week, still same schedule.
Conlan, you have some possible announcements for the future?
Yes, I've talked to some of our members, and there is potential, which it will be a couple weeks till we see this come to fruition because they need time for planning, because that's realism. Callum, one of our players, he is a DM off stream, and he's willing to DM on stream. So you'll see a couple of us come back to play some D&D. It won't be in world probably. It might be in Callum's world. Might be some modules, as well as another player, Vicky, has also voiced some ideas to maybe try and do some modules and stuff like that. So you'll see some more different.
It would be DMing for the first time for Vicky, so that would be actually very interesting.
I think we'll probably try and do our campaign that's like secret first, so she can get a taste before we just be like, go for it, because that would be mean. But we will still have content out. We'll still be doing disaster casts. It'll be we're gonna have one this weekend. And they'll be every 2 weeks. We'll do my best every 2 weeks, because obviously sometimes there'll be a skip a week because of scheduling, because that's life. Because they're on Saturdays, and Saturdays are sometimes busy for me. But it'll probably be me and someone else. Whether it be Brian, because me and Brian are hanging out. Whether it be Vicky, because that's who we want to talk about stuff about. And we'll still talk about D&D and pop culture and everything else we normally do in DisasterCast. So DisasterCast isn't going away for now. I personally might start streaming again. I did last year when the pandemic started, and then stopped because of pure laziness. No other reason. I bought more Lego to build for streams, and then just didn't do it. There's a box of Lego behind Casey's desk that's been there for a year and a half.
Yeah, and other things too. I mean, like, there have been some things that a lot of us, because of our poor time management skills, haven't been able to do. And once we all just talked about this as a group, we talked about doing other things, like Callum and Andrew and I wanted to play Borderlands again for the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe
you might see it on Brian's channel. He hasn't built yet.
Yeah, which I'll have to link to Nat Disaster, because my channel was taken over by Nat Disaster.
Yeah.
This used to be my channel. But yeah, so this doesn't mean it's the end of Nat Disaster. It just means that we're taking a little bit of a hiatus because we all want to be at our best, and we need to figure out a way to make this game work with our lives. Like, there are I'm sure a lot of you out there watch Critical Role where they're paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and all things from advertisements and sponsors and stuff like
We're
that.
just about to make money, and that's like
We,
pennies.
yeah, so this is basically a second job for a lot of us without getting the payment. So third job for him. So
Both my second and third job don't pay me.
a big thing about this is making this game fit into our lives instead of our lives fitting around this game. So we still want to do it. This story is still integral to all of us. We care about it so very much.
We've written so many really great characters. We don't want you not to see what happens with them.
And my goal is to be an author. I love writing, and this is the first written work that I've put out there. And I'm glad so many people have started to enjoy it with the 50 Twitch followers we do have, the people who do follow us on YouTube, subscribe, follow. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is also a time for those of you who do like us. Go back on go onto our YouTube channel and watch some of our previous sessions. See what we have built up in this time, because I'm a fan of D&D podcasts. I know how fucking hard it is to catch up on things. I have not watched Critical Role Campaign 1 because it's too fucking hard to watch that while watching Campaign 2, while rating the stream, while having a 50-hour work week job. Like,
While writing a book, while having, like, friends.
and trying a relationship.
Yeah, it's hard.
But,
Time
yeah,
management, that's the problem we're struggling with.
yes, along with the mental health. So, just basically take this time, watch some of our old videos, leave likes, leave comments. We want to hear the feedback because this is something we do want to get back to in time. We just need to figure out how it's going to work. So we might be switching the day, we might be doing it a little less frequently. We just got to figure out
Yeah.
something to make this game work with all of our lives. I'm sure those of you out there who do play Dungeons and Dragons with your friends realize what a bitch it is to schedule a day where everybody can make it work around their schedule. So it's basically a gist of this. We just need some time to figure it out, get some certain things straightened out, things that we have all been ignoring about ourselves that we want to improve and better. And we got to focus on those things. And hopefully, maybe by the time we come back for the main campaign, it might be in person again.
But yeah, we also still have to eventually also finish off the heist campaign.
Which we can finish that in person.
We can. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the way you phrased it made it sound like the heist campaign. Sorry, you're living on a cliffhanger. Good luck, everyone.
No, dude, fucking Paul just came back. You guys gotta figure out what happened.
We have so much. I think that's the real.
Also, there's gonna be a mini boss battle before the big climactic event because Callum decided I have to go deal with Yick now.
Yeah, so I think that's actually the main bit that caused the pause. Is Bryan looked at the notes he had from the last session and went, "This is impossible to write in a week."
As well as everything that I have planned with the gala, fitting everything into place. It's just time.
You just need more time
and making sure I don't supersede this game over everything else in my life, people, friends, things like that.
Sleep.
So yes, job for money, food, diet, which I'm part of my health. I am changing up my food habits, so hopefully I'll look a little bit skinnier by the time I'm next on camera.
Next back, Bryan just bones. He's like, "Okay, I went too far. I apologize, everyone."
No, I've started to have salad. Salad. Ooh, I hated salad all my life, but it's not that bad.
I still hate salad because I hate lettuce. I like everything else in salad. I don't like lettuce. That's why I eat salads. I eat veggies.
But yes, so we just wanted to make sure for those of you who do watch us regularly, we wanted you to know, hey, we're not going anywhere. This is something that we do. We are going to finish these stories.
Very invested a whole bunch of time and money into it. We're not going to stop.
Yeah, we just wanted to. Oh, hey, Caitlin, how's it going? So Caitlin, thank you for joining. But yeah, we're just announcing basically taking a bit of a break. So in this time, all of you 7 people who are in the chat right now.
Wow.
Take this time.
Good on us.
We would love to hear some comments and stuff about the videos we've done in the past. Check out our YouTube.
Go comment on our videos in the past because that gives us fuel for DisasterCast because we won't be playing as often. Our DisasterCast will only be talking about stuff we can only speculate on. So if you have comments about stuff, that would be great to comment in the videos because we'd bring those up. We're going to talk about comments in DisasterCast. Like, as stated, DisasterCast not going anywhere. We have one this weekend. I have no clue who's going to do DisasterCast with me. I haven't talked to any of you about it. because I know it's a holiday weekend, but I don't do anything for Easter.
And I have just linked into the chat right now for all of you to find our YouTube channel. This is where you can subscribe, see all the videos that we have done in the past. For those of you who are watching this later, um, basically just search Nat Disaster D and symbol D on YouTube, and you'll come up with some of our videos. Go to our channel. We have everything sourced out in the main campaign season 1, the heist campaign season 1, DisasterCast, and the Humblewood arc that we did have as well. So you can go back and watch things, see where it all began, and see where it got
I
us
know.
to. Yeah, thank you for subscribing, Caitlin. We really do appreciate it. We got to Twitch affiliate finally. We want to hopefully bring our YouTube subs up as well. So this is the time for people to go back, see some of the videos we posted in the past. So
Boost our
maybe you guys
YouTube.
maybe you guys
'Cause
can understand more of what goes on. For those of you who don't regularly watch this, you probably follow us every week. Like, what the fuck happened here?
so much has happened. We might even do watch parties with some of the cast for our old sessions, because you can do that on Twitch. I just have to figure out how to set that up, because I know some YouTubers do that, so we can do that and be like, yo, we're going to watch the session together. We might even do a couple of those, because there's some really good sessions out there that I found real great. As stated, this is even as kind of a break. It's very temporary. It's probably for a good 4 weeks, I'd say. There's gonna be a lot less content because we have to prep the stuff for a site for a extra like fun for a fun campaign with Callum. He needs some time to prep. Uh, anything else like a module, you need at least a couple weeks to work on it. So there'll be a little break where there isn't any real D&D content
And
except for DisasterCast. But
in all honesty too, like I said, with what Callum's doing too, our next session in the heist campaign was split anyway. We might come back to do
you
a
don't know.
split thing just to finish some things up, like Callum and Vicky. That's the one thing I want to make sure it's a balanced thing where nobody's sacrificing anything in their lives.
Yeah,
If me, Vicky, and Callum are all together for one day, have nothing to do. Hey, you want to go on 3 hours and figure out what the fuck happened with Seabreeze with the soldiers and Andy with Carson as they go into Forgotten Storage, and Yik is also going back there at the same time.
yeah, yeah. You will get announced. So very much follow us on social media. Our Twitter, the most important place for our announcements. Follow our Twitter on on our Twitter, because that is where you'll see announcements if we decide to do another heist campaign session in the next couple months. Because for all we know, Brian's gonna hit like a random day where he's like, "I have all of the ideas. They must meet paper. I'm sorry, all friends and family," because he does that sometimes. He'll disappear and he'll just write. He does it for his book too.
Yeah, so follow us at Nat Disaster DND on Twitter. That's where all of our updates are. So that's where to keep up to date on all the news for us. Um, but yeah, there's some changes going on in all of our lives. Hopefully, it's all for the better, and hopefully, at the end of it all, we can come back and start giving some good content to you guys again.
Yeah,
We do
well,
want to
one
finish
day we'll be back to
this,
consistency once we figure us out.
figure it out. I don't have any other announcements, Conlon. Do you have anything else to say?
Besides DisasterCast at normal time, 10 o'clock this Saturday. I don't know who's going to be on with me. Uh, I have no clue. I haven't talked to anyone in the group. My backups are usually just Vicky, and just be like, "Yo, Vicky, you're doing nothing, right?" Because usually she's not doing anything Saturday at 10. Most people aren't. It's a really weird time. It's either you definitely are doing something Saturday at 10 o'clock at night, or you're definitely not. There is no in between for anyone on Earth.
Yeah. Caitlin, yes, I will. I'm going to hang out with a friend after this, but I will text you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you so much for understanding. Follow us on Twitter for our future updates. Like I said, still we will have regular content to keep you guys entertained. We still have a few disaster casts backlog, and we do have our previous session, which we uploaded the wrong session to YouTube, so we're having to
You'll
really
see
fall
it.
back
You'll
on
see
that.
it either today or tomorrow, depending on when me and Brian. Did you post it or yet? Or
It's trimming. The video's trimming, so it's
okay,
gonna
so
be
you'll see it tomorrow
tomorrow.
during the day.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We love you all. And until the next disaster, everyone. Good night.
Night.